What's up, Hotshottaz? As you can see, I brought in the new year on a beautiful island in Mexico. So I want to wish everybody a happy new year, and let's make it the best we can make it. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the 5 takeaways from my first long haul. But before we get into that, I wanted to give you all just an update on where I am currently studying for my CDL. So I'm scheduled to take the computer test at the end of the month on the 28th. Today is January 6th, so we got a few weeks to really buckle down. Get down to it. We're going to be talking about the 5 takeaways from my first long haul with Cory. Number 1, maximize your trailer. You heard it a couple of times in the previous video where we had a couple of different loads to add up to our full 40-foot step deck flatbed. If you get a load that's taking up about 27 feet of space on your flatbed, you still have room. If you have a 35 footer, if you have a 40 foot, I'm going to be getting a 40 foot. So you still have room to get more money. That 27 feet, I'm sure is not probably, I mean, it may pay over $2, but it's probably not going to pay over $2 a mile. So you're going to want to try to really maximize your trailer, meaning fill it up. You got 40 feet. So when I say fill it up, you gotta do the calls, you gotta make the calls, you gotta book partials. And partials is, to be honest, looking like it's the way to go. I mean, I see a lot of people when they first get into it, they try to get full truck loads, which the rates aren't incredibly great at the moment, and who knows if it'll ever go up. But at the same time, it's not gonna be probably paying what you need to make a profit. So finding those smaller loads, and kind of stacking them up there, not literally, but you know, like I said, if you get one that's 20 feet, another that's 10 feet, and another that's 10 feet, that's 40 feet that you've occupied and you fully loaded your truck, and now you're in the money. If you're making less than, I guess, profit, I'm not gonna even spit a number out, but if you're making less than profit and your entire truck is full, you're working backwards. So partials is looking like it's the way to go. Now, when doing partials, it's gonna get tricky because you're gonna have all type of different loads that's on your truck. So as you can tell in the previous video, it was nerve-wracking. You're gonna have some nerve-wracking times because you're gonna really have to maneuver and make it work. As y'all can tell, we had some rubber tubing, pretty big toward the front, and then we had the steel pipe that we were putting on the backside, and that was the piece that was kind of hanging off, which we eventually put the flag on so that, of course, DOT can know that we knew that we were hanging off as long as it's less than 4 feet, and it was less than 4 feet. But we really had to work with the loaders, the people who was helping us load it, to really maneuver that load. And we ended up being able to stick it in to one of the larger rubber pipes, which, to be honest, would they be really happy with that? Probably not, but it's your truck, it's your business. You have to take control of it. Number 2, truck stops versus hotels. Trust me, trust me, man. When I first started thinking about getting into this business, all the research I did, in my head, I was like, no hotels. No hotels. Truck stops only, save that money. But let's think about it. When we're talking about saving that money, let's really think about it. Let's be honest, you're probably gonna, when you stand at a truck stop, you're probably gonna idle for majority of the night, especially if it's in the winter. And if it's super hot, you're gonna get lucky on some days where you may be able to crack the window. Is that safe or not? That'll be up to you. But you're still gonna be burning fuel. So that's still gonna be money that you're gonna have to fill up in the morning. And from the videos that I've seen, and I haven't tested on my own, I will. But it looks like you can burn up to about $20 to $25 when you idle through the night. So let's just say $25. Now, when I say hotels, I'm really talking about maybe motels. We're looking at $50 motels or hotels. It doesn't have to be the fanciest thing in the world. But if you think about it, if you stay, and I don't advise you to stay in a hotel every single night. I think it has to be a good blend of majority nights at the truck stop, probably during the week when you're actually OTR over the road and you know you're actually going from destination A to B. But over the weekend, when you're doing your reset, you're probably gonna wanna be a little bit more comfortable. So if you're idling throughout the night, that's $25. If you find a hotel for $50, you got a shower, you got a nice bed, you got Wi-Fi. Now we're also gonna put in probably $12 or $15 for a shower. That's kind of what I hear they go for. Now I heard if you have a fuel card, they're supposed to be free. But at the same time, let's just say they're not. Let's just say they're not. You never know what's gonna happen. $25 for fuel, $15 for your shower. You're probably gonna buy some gel and food or whatever. That's almost $50. I'd much rather stay in a $50 hotel for the night, have a bed, have a hot shower, have coffee, Wi-Fi. I'm gonna be doing YouTube, so I need Wi-Fi, even though I'm gonna have it in the truck, but still, it's something to think about, y'all. So I think that it should be a happy balance and a good blend. Like I said, majority truck stops maybe throughout the week, but maybe that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, hotel it, man. I mean, if you're doing it right, you're gonna make some type of profit. So unless you're already in a hole, you don't have to be that tight. I mean, I'm not saying stay in a hotel every night. I'm not really even a pro hotel, you know, type of guy as far as trucking goes. I think we should save that money. But I'll risk $10 to $15 if I got a cool place to sleep. I don't really gotta sleep in my truck every single day that I'm on the road. So just think about it. Number 3, trucking GPS. Cory, you were there. Cory's service was not the best while we were on this trip. So we had to use sometimes regular GPSs. No. You're gonna wanna use the trucking GPS. That's just a non-negotiable. Again, for people that's already advanced in this industry, I'm sure you already know that. We're here for the newbies. You're gonna need your trucking GPS. That's gonna be able to let you know where your toll roads are, where there's fuel, where there's weigh stations. Most importantly, it tells you what roads a truck is necessarily allowed on. Sometimes you're gonna come up against a side road where it's gonna have that no trucks allowed or no trucks permitted. If I was you, I would probably listen to that, because as I found out, and I didn't even think about this or notice, 9 times out of 10, or sometimes when you see those signs, there's normally a railroad track that, because we're so long with our trailers, we're not gonna actually clear it. So if we try to go over that train track, we're gonna get stuck. You ready to pay that money? You ready to pay? You gonna pay some money if you are ignoring these signs. So that's up to you. Feel free to jag all your cash away. I'm gonna play it smart, and I encourage everybody to, when you get in this business, when you're getting in any business, play it smart, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you gotta do. Take all the necessary steps. Listen, read, and do the right thing. Of course, it's always not gonna be perfect. When I get on that road, I know I gotta do something different. I know that's gonna happen. But if you can help it, follow directions, man, and just do things the right way so that you won't have to worry about all the headaches that are inevitably gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, speak up. And when I say speak up, I really mean speak up to the people that are loading your truck, your trailer, the brokers. Just speak up. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. If you feel that you deserve more on this load, a rate per mile, speak up about it. Don't be afraid to ask. You gotta really negotiate. I'll be completely honest, I'm terrible at negotiating, but I do have a game plan on how I will negotiate with these brokers. And then as I do it, I'm gonna get better. 9 times out of 10, when you first start a job, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know what the hell you're doing. They're gonna train you. 9 times out of 10, that training, you're still not gonna know what the hell you're doing. So you're really gonna have to really just learn on the job. So again, I do have a game plan on how I'm gonna negotiate with brokers, but at the same time, I know it may not work out exactly how I want. So we'll get there, we'll get better, but we're not gonna take any lows that we're at a loss. I mean, maybe the first couple weeks, just so that I can get my feet wet and actually be like, okay, I'm in the game. But other than that, don't work at a loss, man. That affects everybody in this entire industry. Another thing about speaking up, you gotta tell these loaders, the people who are loading your trailer, you really have to tell them how you want it to be loaded. They'll throw it on there and just go. One thing I'm finding out about life period, everybody has a job. Most people hate their job, so they're just really there to get their money. So you really gotta instruct them to, okay, I want it a little bit over the axle, or I want it toward the front because I got another load. That's one area, but also talk to them when they take one load off and you may be unevenly loaded. Ask them, hey man, you feel you can do me a favor and push this one over a little bit just so I can be properly loaded, especially if they're right there with the forklift. They're not just gonna, 9 times out of 10, be jerks and say, no, I'm not gonna touch that. Like I said, you may find something, but that's key to be able to just build that relationship, build that rapport with them, you know, for that little bit of time that you're with them, so that they can, one, help you out so that you're properly loaded. And then 2, like I said, with that load that we have with Cory, where we had to actually put the piping and squeeze it in the middle of the rubber tubes, I'm sure some people who were gonna be loading that wouldn't really wanna do that. I literally at one point thought they were gonna stop and give up because it was taking a while. But Cory kept working with him, kept being nice, and just really just, hey man, we can do it. We almost got it, just a little bit. You really just gotta dig down deep and build that rapport with them so that it can make your life a little bit easier. And number 5, prepare for the worst. You're gonna have blowouts. There's gonna be maintenance. There's gonna be things that happen on the road that are out of your control. Some of them will be in your control, but if you're a newbie, you're not gonna know. So we're going to come across tough days. Prepare for the worst. Get that extra tire. Okay, you got a spare? Get those extra tires. Figure out a way to put one in the truck bed or tie it down somewhere. Get those extra tires. Take care of your truck, the hubs. Do the maintenance on that, but be prepared for the worst, because the worst will happen. And your business is gonna depend on how you handle it. Until next time, y'all, I want y'all to do 4 things. Like, subscribe, comment, and 4, let's get this better.